Hello, welcome to our latest website review here at eCommerce MasterPlan. I'm Chloë Thomas. I'm going to take you through our website review of firstbike.com, and this is a bit of a different one because firstbike.com is a website that only sells one product, which makes this a little bit of a different review. So if you're a very, very focused product range, this is the website review for you. So as I said, my name is Chloë Thomas, that's me over there on the left hand side. Today actually coming to you in colour where I'm sat right now. I'm not in my black and white room, but that's me there on the left, and those are my two books. eCommerce MasterPlan 1.8 in the middle, the blue one, which Elite Business Magazine were kind enough to describe as worth its weight in internet gold. And on the right hand side we have e-commerce marketing, which takes you through the 9 e-commerce marketing methods. And you can pick up either of those at Amazon. You can order them via any good bookshop. They're on all kinds of different e-reader devices. And you can also get them at ecommercemasterplan.com/books direct from me. At eCommerce MasterPlan, our approach, both within our books, within our training, within our coaching and everything we do really, is it's all about helping e-commerce businesses achieve success. We do that in 3 ways: by inspiring you, showing you how other people are doing it, great case studies from e-commerce and other industries; by guiding you, so showing you exactly how to do things. I've just recently, for my Inner Circle clients, done a video on how to set up the new Google Shopping campaigns. So we do that sort of thing for people. And we also enlighten you. So we let you know what the options are out there, how you can do this, how other people are doing it, and the different strategies that exist. And all of that should come together to bring you e-commerce success. eCommerce Masterplan 1.8 is the 3 steps to successful online selling, which includes building the right website. And that's what today's video is all about, giving you some tips and tricks to make sure your website's doing what it should be for your business. So today we're looking at firstbike.com, which is an online-only business. It's also a wholesaler, so you will find they're the manufacturers of these bikes, so you will find these bikes all in other places such as Amazon and eBay. So they're kind of the wholesaler, but they're also doing this direct-to-consumer role, which increasing numbers of people coming into e-commerce at the moment are in this same space. They have a very niche product range scale. They only sell the first bike. It's very, very simple. And the USP, of course, is the product, which is the interesting other side, the other angle to this business and its website, is that they are, as well as selling the product, they're also educating people to the product because they're trying to build the brand. So this website has a dual purpose. It is to explain First Bike to people who are new to the concept, new to the product, who might have seen it on Amazon, eBay, or somewhere else and want to understand more about it. But it's also somewhere where they can come and directly purchase the bike. So if you've watched any of my other videos, you will see that my suggestions for this one are very, very different. I like the fact that this is a very simple page. It has a very clear image of the bike. There's a lot of white space going on here, and it really very clearly explains what this product is going to do for you. So it's the perfect training bike for your child from 2 to 5 years old, and the first choice for parents worldwide. And it's a no-stress method of learning to ride a bike. Okay, so right here we've got the bike, which is doing this quite cool colour changing as we're getting the fact we're doing this first sense of balance, fun, adventure, etc. as we go through the different colours. We've got a very, very clear header, which just gets us the ability to look at the features, the bikes themselves, accessories available, there's a gallery, and there's a support section. Then top right we have a big pink buy button and the ability to choose your country, because this is a worldwide product that's being wholesaled all over the place, so it's important that we can get people the right information. Now as we scroll down, what we also have above the fold is we've got this little video which allows you to immediately see what the product is, because let's face it, if you're considering helping your kid learn how to ride a bike, then what you want to understand is how this bike functions with a child on it. So that's where the video comes in. We can actually see the first bike being used, which proves the case study. And we have the Facebook, YouTube, Pinterest, etc. going on down here, which will enable people to follow on those various systems. Right down here we have testimonials hidden. See, I would have put testimonials up the top because that's the one thing which is missing from this first view, is any kind of customer proof. We've got a great video, we've got what the creator of the first bike's telling us. What we don't have is any kind of proof of concept or people saying how great it is. And we could quite easily put that in up here. Somewhere in that top piece, potentially across here. Possibly in the gallery we're going to get it. And we will look through these areas in a second, or shortly, not in a second. We've also got a news section down here, about us, contact us, and distributors. So let's go and find out what's in these ones at the top before I start criticising what I think should or shouldn't be at the top or the bottom. So here we go through our features of the first bike. I love the fact to appeal to all Audi and BMW owners out there, we have the fact this is designed in Germany, which actually goes through to another page. What does that give us if we go through to it? We go through to the About Us, where we have a properly designed About Us page, which actually tells the real story of the bike. Oh wow, and it's award-winning. Why is this not on the homepage? This award-winning piece needs to be put on the homepage, okay? Because that's the social proof piece. The proof of how great this product is needs to be possibly even in the header, but it's got to be shouted about. Likewise, this story of the history of the bike should be clearer, on more easily accessible. So I'd be tempted to add an About Us up the top here. But let's go back to our features, which is what we were just having a look at. So we've got quite a nice interactive guide, which as you hover over it is going to explain all the different bits which are going to help your child learn how to cycle. Yeah, and you've explained it really nicely up here. Unparalleled features to make learning and exercise safe and fun. Now, I know a lot of people will be watching this going, yeah, but I've got 100 products. How I can't possibly do this. This is one of the very easy things to do if you have the single product website, if you have that very focused website. But it doesn't mean you can't take elements of this into any e-commerce site, because what essentially these different pages and different areas are doing is they're educating the customer about the product, and they are giving the customer the information that they need to be able to purchase, to be able to make that decision, showing them exactly why this is the bike you want, not just whatever bike is currently on offer from Halfords. It's selling the product, explaining the product, and removing all those barriers to purchase, which, whether your product is a lip balm or your product is a brand new concept in the world of learning to ride, elements of this you should be using on every single product page on your website. So we like the features page. We like the fact we've got a buy button here, and we've got a link going through to this. Right. The warranty, again, needs to be more clearly shouted about. There's clearly so much evidence about, or trust building elements that you could be putting on the homepage about these warranties, about let's face it, the kid's going to outgrow the bike relatively quickly, so a 5-year warranty on the whole thing is usually going to be more than enough to get your children through the learning to ride points. We've also got these awards, which again should be on the homepage. You need something on that homepage to really show that this is why other people believe this is a great bike, and the guarantees that come with it. It will improve conversions. So let's go and have a look at bikes. Okay, so we've got bike and we have tyre options. So we've got different colours for our bikes, which that kind of makes sense to me. And we can click on those. We've also got a very basic version for basically indoors. We've got street, got racing, and we've got limited edition. Okay, that immediately confused me because everything was really simple and straightforward. Here's the bike, I understand the features. Okay, this is great, I want it for my kid. Oh, what? I've got to now choose an option. What would seriously help me and what will massively improve your conversion here is if you say one of these options is the best seller. Okay, I would take a rough guess it's going to be your cross because it's either going to be cross or racing because it can do any surface. Whichever one is, you really need to highlight something on these options to make it easier for somebody to buy. Be it, this is the best selling option. This is perfect for anyone who lives in a city. This is perfect for anyone with a garden. This one's perfect if you want it indoors. Just a nice, easy to read flash. Keep the detail, but make it easier for me to work out which one I want. Limited is simply limited edition. I would treat that slightly differently. I'd maybe make it a different colour because actually you're choosing between basic, street, cross and racing, and if you've got money to burn and you're the person who likes those status symbols, you're going to go for limited. That means you need to make limited look different and you need to make limited more attention grabbing to get those people into that area. So what happens if I click on street? Okay, so we have our street bike. Right here where we've got, oh wow, you can buy them without brakes. That's a surprise, wasn't anticipating that. And you can change the colours. Whichever colour is your best seller, make sure it's the one that comes up first. If pink is the best seller, great. If pink is not the best seller, don't have pink up first. You've also, go on, let's go red, gives us, yeah, okay, so we've got 4 colours of bike for our street bike. We've got our colours, we have the ability to pick accessories. What you're missing here is any kind of price. By this point, I'd be expecting to see price, if not on the page before, because I'm starting to think, oh, I don't know what this could be like a several £1,000 bike. I'm starting to feel nervous about the pricing. I was starting to feel nervous about pricing on the previous page when there weren't any prices there. I know right now I haven't said which country I'm in, but that doesn't mean you can't have a representative price here for different currencies. Because I'm guessing that with or without brakes might make a difference to price, but I don't know. It looks like I'm going to go onto another page to find out the answer to that. So that's making me think, this is a bit like hard work now. We've also got then these accessories. I would either have the prices and allow you to add it, or I would leave those out for the time being and allow them to pick the bike and then come up with the accessories piece afterwards. So I'd have a price here, depending on the different options. I would also, I don't want to go back to blue, I want to go back to bikes. Here I would also have pricing for these, so people can make that decision and see the price at the same time. I'd also highlight the fact basic is only available in blue, because if you've got a girl who likes pink, you ain't going to get away with the basic one, whatever the price on that is. And we've got racing available in 2 colours. We've got cross red, and we've got cross available in 2 colours, and then we've got the limited editions in orange. Okay, let's come into racing. Presumably is going to work in a very similar way. See, now I'm starting to struggle with why racing's different. I potentially have this line here saying our racing bike, our first bike racing is different because it's worth it, because the reason why you want this one, not any of the others, is because it's still not hugely clear to me. Now that might be because I'm not a parent with a kid. Maybe it is if you're in that world, but for me this is a bit this is becoming a bit confusing. Let's see what happens when we go through to buy. Okay, so to buy, I've got to go and find my country. I'd be tempted to lose this particular task by having choose your country to buy, click, drop down, go, and having that each time you put the buy button. So it becomes choose your country to see pricing, choose your country to see bikes, to see to buy, etc. Oh, now that's really annoying. So because I picked UK, it's now taken me to the firstbike.co.uk, and now I have to find the bike I wanted again. And if I wanted that basic blue one, we've got a much smaller list of bikes here, which is, yeah, basic. I can't get a basic bike in the UK, so I'd now be very frustrated if I just spent all that time looking at them on the .com site, and now I can't get it. So need to get people to the correct country first, because presumably you've got all the same content going on here. So let's go to Street Pink and let's see if we can buy it once we're on the country site. Okay, this much better. So you've got to find a way of getting people to the place where they can actually look at the buying information much sooner. And here we've got some fantastic reviews. So these also need to be being leveraged on the website too, as well as the awards and everything else. So I love the free shipping banner we've got going on here. I would have free shipping up the top too. Okay, here we have products successfully added to your cart. Let's go and have a look at my cart. Excellent. Now, one thing I would have done on that previous page is that if you have got people, they're unlikely to be buying multiple bikes. I mean, I'm sure a couple of people do, but they're less likely to. So I'd add it to their cart and take them to your accessories page, test that versus just taking them to your to the shopping cart page, because they're unlikely to be buying multiple bikes. So I get them through the checkout as quickly as possible and save them that click. In this cart, we have a massive pile of empty space. Whilst you don't at this point want to take them back to buy anything else, what you could be doing here is having some of those rewards, some of those testimonials being repeated in this big white space, just to make sure. And I know you've got the award-winning bit, but kind of almost below the fold down here. I bring it up here, add some testimonials, fill that space with things which are just going to drive them to want to proceed to checkout. The other thing you've got, which is a bit weird here, is we've got free shipping, but then we've got a calculate shipping box. If you can manage to lose that from the UK site, I would, if you're doing that free shipping to anyone in the UK, because there's nothing to be calculated. The other thing is, I'm going to take a rough punt that the reason we've got INCVAT, exVAT pricing is because this is also the way in which your wholesalers are buying their stock. Please remove it for the retail customers, because they're just going to look at it and go, 80 quid, why am I paying 96 quid? So you need to try and streamline that a little bit so it is a bit more punchy. I'm not going to carry on through to the checkout because I don't want to buy a bike. But if we go back to accessories, this is where we add to our product range. Wow. We have the ability to put a lowering kit in for the younger children to use it. We've got bells, we've got baskets. So we've got 3 key accessories. Now, These two are just quite nice and funky. This one is really practical, and I'm surprised we haven't heard about this earlier on. Maybe I missed it, but I'd be making something about this. Is your child less than 3? You can get a lowering kit that will mean this bike lasts for X extra years. Big opportunity there. So I'd be saying about that a little bit earlier in the process. I did say we'd have a quick look at the others as well. So we've got quite a few photos. We've got quite a lot of videos in here. I'd be starting to ask customers to send in photos of them with their kids and their bikes. And even the parents on the bikes, if you like, as well. Support. Gives us our assembly instructions and FAQs, so that's really cool. Potentially an opportunity for you here is that if you're directing from the product packaging people to come here to find this information, then you are attracting people from your retailers, be that Halfords, be that Argos, be that eBay. That means there's an opportunity here for you to capture some data from them as they're doing this. So I would have some big social media buttons on this page. For our customer services, follow us on Facebook and those kind of things. Just so if you're driving a lot of people who are buying through other channels to this site, let's capture some data so we can do some marketing to them. You might even want to put the downloads for these instructions behind an email sign-up form. Just an idea to help you increase the size of your database. Because usually for wholesalers, you've got the wholesale activity going on that's building the brand, but you don't get the data, which can be a bit of a struggle. Okay, we have but one blog post. We're now on the UK site. If you have but one blog on the UK website, you don't want it to be front and center because it's over 12 months old now. You don't want it to be so prominent up here. Change that for one of the testimonials, for access to this testimonials bit or something else. Do something better with it than direct people with one of your 6 most prominent links to something which hasn't been updated since December 2012, or create some updates. So that was our run through of firstbike.com that then turned into firstbike.co.uk. And so if you'd like one of these free website reviews of your business, just go to eCommerceMasterPlan.com and click on freebies, and you'll find a link to where you can sign up. You'll also find lots of other great information there about the e-commerce world and what's happening in e-commerce at the moment, and tips and tricks. And of course you can also buy my books from there. So thank you very much for listening to this review, and I hope you found it useful. Thanks very much. Goodbye.